はい、こんばんは。今日もコールオブクトゥルフやっていきましょう。いやー、やっぱいいですね。朝で。これからずっと朝で十分なんですけどね。今日もお昼にゲームしようと思ったら結局夜になっちゃって。何これ？
No.
No.
I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
なんでブラッドリー生きてんの？死にましたよね。だって死んだって書いてたもん、ちゃんとあらすじに。なんで生きてんだろう。おはよう。最悪だよ。
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
あ話しかけなきゃダメだった。この辺はあ、お酒飲めるじゃん。飲んだか。飲む。運命を左右しますって出るんな。あれかな、寄ったら幻覚見るとかやめて。今なんか手さ、今なんか手変じゃなかった？ほらこんな入れ墨みたいのあったっけ？なかったやんね。ほら、なんか蛇みたいなやつ。よいしょ、話しかけよう。お、こんにちは。めっちゃ見てくる。お前よ、そう、お前よ、問題はね。
Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but
どこ見て
that'll
んの？
come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
そりゃ幽霊を見るような顔になるよ。
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us, what happened?
何があったんですか？あ、これ見れないんだ。ブラッドリーに話しかけよう。あなたは死んでいるはずだ。言いたいのに。これ言いたいのにな。これに行くか。
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I
おっ
don't
たもんね。
understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
いた
I have a
よ。
hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened
そう。
fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he
覚え
fake
て
his
ない
own
の？
death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
記憶を失っているようですね。まさにそうだよ。
What do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion.
トンネルとそこで
You
起
don't
きた
seem
こ
to
と。
remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any
ト
tunnel.
ンネルを下っていった
No,
記
we
憶
were
は
in the
ない。
manor then.
Then what?
そして、
The rest is quite blurry.
あ、やっ
I
ぱ
don't
来て
recall
た
how
ん
I
じゃ
came
ん。
back home.
ドッペルゲンガーとかじゃな
I
いじ
went
ゃ
to
ん。
visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
お前はもう死んでいるんだ。あなたとゴールデン先生。お、心理学をテストする。できるかな？
You two know each other pretty well.
近しい関係のようですね。
Everyone knows everyone, especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
相性の良さ。
I do
なんて
seem a
顔
little
してるんだお前。
Stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
絶対お前らできてんだろ。怪しい。ゴールデンに話しかける。これは何？
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla.
ス
He
キュラの
founded
戦
the
争。
hospital
あー、
in
大
1904
きい
with
船
funds
ね。
from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman
お
aboard the
フィ
Silver.
ツロイ
Powerful
Ottana
families
そんなやつ
dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like
フラー
some
先生は狂っ
crazed
た皇
emperor.
帝のような人
He
です。
wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know
かっ
anything
け
else?
私は彼を恐れていません。ビビりまくりだよこっちは。
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a
このような
disgrace.
不名誉。
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a
体
psychiatric
弱かったの
internment.
か。
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
フランシス・サンダースってあれですね、前回私を驚かして死んだ人、遺体を見たんです。
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains,
うん、
and
怪し
tools
す
of
ぎ
all
て
kinds.
よ。
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as
患者をモルモットのように扱っている。
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan,
うん、
and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
そうね。いや、もう話のネタないんですけど、ヒントを見つけたかもしれない。ひどい目にあっ
I
た。
have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr.
フ
Fuller
ラー先生と
and
看
a
護師、
nurse. Blood
うん、
everywhere.
おったな。
My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the institute. Bradley was there.
そう、お前が
And how you
な
scared
んだそ
us.
の顔は。だか
You
ら
seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened
何
afterwards?
されたんだろう
When I
ね。
woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor.
うん、
After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells.
幻覚誘発
Infernal
ガス。
machine, horrific medical
Oh.
experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a
フ
thing.
ラー先生は絶対
You
そんな
should
ことし
believe
な
it,
い。
Ethan.
するんだ
What
よ。
Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove.
そう
Did
だ、
you
信じろ
discover。anything else?
私を信じろ、このブラッドリーに。ゾンビめ。ヒントを見つけたかもしれない。
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
最悪のタイミング
Of
であった
course,
な。
he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah
does I-
Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
どのように死んだのか。いやいやいや、激しい発作の一種です。いや、これだとなんか病気みたいになっちゃう。こっちだな。
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said
あ、一気に変な目で
Sarah
見られた。
Hawkins, visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins?
Okay.
Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector.
美術
I
品の
guess
コ
you
レ
can
ク
still
タ
pay
ー
a
だっ
visit
た
to。his wife, Irene Sanders.
お、奥さん
An
がい
art
るの？
collector, you say?
アイリーン・サ
That's
ンダース。
probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
まあ確か
I
に。
don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be
確かに。
biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
ああ、確かに。選ばなきゃいけないの？いやーでもあんな死に方したの言っ でもな、信じてもくれなさそうだし、慎重に行きましょう。
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
うわ、
Very well.
命運を左右しま
I'll
す。
go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
病院送りになら
I'll
な
do
い
my
ようにな。
best.
うるさい。ね、ゾンビのブラッドリーより今綺麗なマリーさんの方の言うことを聞こう。話せるぞ。
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's
さあ、行き
happening
ま
on
す
this
よ。
island.
へ
The
い、
other night's events are still confused in
私
my
はあ
head.
の夜に起きた出来事に関して混乱している。ほぼ死人だからな。
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
他は何もないかな。一通り見てきます。はい、何もなかったです。よし、じゃあ行きましょう。このドアの先も朝日が照らしていると信じて出る。ほう、3人は組んでサラ・ホーキンスの事件を解決することにした。仲間どんどん増えてますね。いい感じなんかな。いや、夜じゃん。
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a
なん
private
で夜
detective.
やねん。
We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
恋奥さんだな。
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
あれ、知ってるの？
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look
あ、
who's here.
キャットじゃん。気まず
You
い。
know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
おっと、意味
It's
深
a
発
small
言。
island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well,
ずっとく
since
ねく
this
ねしてる
business
な、
has
キャ
got
ット。
nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker.
なんだ
This
か
way,
濃い
Mr.
二人だよ。
And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
おお。じゃあ失礼し
May I
ます。
inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
え、なんか
Yesterday,
逆
I
に
met him at the hospital.
操作されてる感じ。
He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
でもそもそもさ、死因とか死体とかを知ってるんかな、この人。私の目の前で叫びながら亡くなりました。またこれなんですけどね。あなたは責任を感じるべきではない。これいっちゃおうかな。これいっちゃおう。
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason.
言っ
He
ちゃった。
suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of
まあ
course.
まあ、そうやね。
Thank you for your kind words.
Oh.
Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
できなかった。真知を察しますが、私は関係ないんです。 どうしたらいいんだろう。私は関係ないんですって言っていいんかな。何言うとんねんお前って感じになるやん。でも行こう。話術テストしよ
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater.
う。冷た
I'm
くねだっ
investigating the
て。
death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce.
あ、あれあれあれあれ。
I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
ちょっと冷たくなっちゃった。あれ、彼はあなたに。これ行くか。
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
空鬼で
Well,
いい
you
か
can't
な。
imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors?
絵
Take a
の
look
名
for
前な
yourself,
んだ。
if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit,
おー。
because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders.
Thank you.
I won't be long.
おうおう。ありがとな。なんか見れたよね。
Did she really care for him after all?
あ、ご遺体をお求めのお手紙を頂戴いたしました。お返しすることはできかねます。あ、やっぱ見てないんだよ、ほら。そりゃ見れないよね。だって目とか血だらけだったもん。
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders'
あ、
lives.
これが空鬼？おー。あ、何再現できる。よいしょ。ん？カップがあるね。
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close.
おうおう。
Friends, even?
いい感じにお茶しとるやないか。んでほんでこれか。
What did...
あースキップしちゃった。何絵を売ってほしいみたいな。あとなんだピアノ。
A house of artists.
芸術家の家。
A house of artists.
それだけ？芸術家の家にはピアノはあるみたいな。これだ。
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
おお、サラと奥さん。
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the
Sarah
painting
Hawkins
she
を
truly
嫌ってい
hates.
た。
Why?
そら絵画が気持ち悪いからじゃないの？
He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She
こ
must
の
have
絵を
felt
持っていて
devastated.
ほしくなかった。お前が悪いんだな。あ、こんな顔だったんですね、サンダースさん。え、あって何？あって。え、やばくね？おお。
The Shambler. I need to see it.
ほう。やめて、そういう不意打ちで怖いやつ。びっくりしたじゃん。夜中ですよ、今。夜中。ちゃんと私が今からお布団に入って寝ることを考えてほしい。怖っ。ちょっと目つぶってたけど。これ何？自画像？気持ち悪い。
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
これ音声なの？ へえ。いろんなとこ行けますね。これは行けないわ、いろんなとこ。ちょっと一旦ここで終わり。これだけ見よう。よいしょ。
Irene,
おお、び
I
っくり
made
し
a
た。
mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage.
あ、絵を燃やせって言ってるのかな。
He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes.
怖いからこの人の後ろにいよう。終わったわ。
Can't take
あ、
it.
終わってないわ。
I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed
うわ、イライラ
paintings.
して
That
る。
accursed Sarah.
今今しいサラ。あ、何？撮ることできるの？じゃあ聞けるのか。いろいろ持ってこれるのかな。
Irene, I made a
ですね。
mistake.
じゃあ一旦ここで終わり。何回やんねん。オッケーオッケー。医学書ね。
Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pity
こ
somebody.
れ弦か。
Behind my eyes. Each time I shut
はい
my eyes.
じゃあ一旦ここで終わりにしたいと思います。怖かったしね。なんかあんまり話ばっか聞いてたけど。じゃあありがとうございました。次はお昼にプレイしたいと思います。ありがとうございました。さよなら。